Joining us now on East Texas Now, AEW wrestler, Texas native Dustin Rhodes. Dustin, what's going on, man? How are you?
Man, how are you? Thank you for wanting to talk to me. This is great.
Yeah,
Where are
absolutely.
you at? Are you in Tyler?
Yes, sir. I'm in Tyler. Are you familiar with Tyler?
I am. I've wrestled there many times.
Uh-oh. Oh no, I think he hung up on us. Did we just got hung up on by Dustin Rhodes? Oh no. Oh, he tried to add us. He's I think he tried to add us back there. Yep. uh, you're hey, you're good. You're good. All right. Anyway, you were saying you wrestled in Tyler many times.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. So,
sure have.
what's the biggest name you wrestled when you were in Tyler? And did you wrestle at the Oil Palace?
I did
Okay.
a few times. I don't recall. It's been a while since I wrestled in Tyler. It was in the probably the mid '90s.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
good place though.
Yes,
I
sir.
loved it.
Yes, sir. It's a good area. Now, tell our viewers where are you. Now, you're obviously from Texas. Where were you born at in Texas, though?
I was born and raised Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. So, big Longhorn fan. Then I'm assuming, correct?
Absolutely, baby. Cook 'em horns. Let's go.
Okay, so before we get into the wrestling talk, I got to ask you the college football rankings came out last night, and I don't know how much you pay attention to that, but Texas
I do.
okay, so Texas is doing very good. What do you think about the Longhorn season so far?
I love our season. We've only really had two big games, unfortunately, or one big win against Vanderbilt, as far as the SEC is concerned. But, if we get a chance to play Georgia again, I think we can handle them. I mean, they came down and they were prepared to play, and we weren't. Second half, we stepped up, but the first half, we were off, and it broke my heart. It sunk my battleship a little bit, but we're still hanging in there. We're right there, and I hope we make it to the Natty, baby.
All right. Well, we know we got the natural Dustin Rhodes, a big Longhorn fan, but let's talk about All Elite Wrestling coming to Texas, coming to Arlington, Texas on July 12th for All In Texas. I saw you posted on your Twitter earlier, Y'all In Texas, which I kind of like that.
Y'all in. I'm starting that. Starting that. Got to start it. You know what I mean? It sounds right.
It does sound right. Well, I'm going to take that then. I'm calling it Y'all In from here on out. So I'm taking that from
Yeah.
you. But what's the excitement level like around the company, and what's the excitement level for you like and other Texas wrestlers that are coming back home to perform in the great state?
Well, I mean, for me personally, it's home. I mean, whether you're in Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, out west, east, whatever. I mean, you're a Texan. You're a Texan in blood, man, and we love our state. And it means a lot to us. And just the fact that this is our first United States Stadium show is a big deal. This is a Super Bowl for us, and I hope that we sell it out. Globe Life Field, I think it holds around 50, 60,000. I'm not quite sure on that, but I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully there'll be a lot of people that will come in droves from all over the world just to come see what we're about, because we put on some outstanding pay-per-views. I mean, every pay-per-view just takes a step up. It seems like we're not going backwards at all, and we just put on really, really good wrestling shows. Very
Well,
excited, and I hope that I have something really big on this show, but we're still months out, so let the planning begin.
okay, okay. So stand by a big appearance Dustin Rhodes may be making here at Y'all In Texas on July 12th. I want to ask you. A lot of people may not know that AEW All Elite Wrestling is a fairly new company. Just came started up in 2019 with Tony Khan. And what's that been like having Tony there and all the excitement of AEW, and how much has it grown since 2019 to where it is now?
Oh, it's grown like it's huge. It's a huge difference since 2019, even 2020 during the pandemic, where we survived with no people. It was tough, but we did it, and we were lucky enough to be able to perform even in an empty arena, just to do that during those tough times for people. And people watched because they didn't have anything else to do. They couldn't go anywhere. It was a tough time. And I think since 2019, I'm an original, and I've been here for the 5 years. Where we started, we had a minimal roster, and now we have a very huge roster with a lot of talented kids that are ready to prove that they're worth, and I think we're doing outstanding. We're only going to continue to grow and be just more of a huge force than we already are in the professional wrestling industry.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan. I enjoy watching AEW every week, and you're right. The amount of young talent that is on that roster is insane. And so, you being one of the vets in the locker room, and I know that I believe you have a wrestling school that you have as well. But what's it like trying to teach those younger kids coming up through the ropes, because they have a lot of talent, but maybe haven't put it all together yet? What's that like for you as a vet in the locker room, kind of helping them build them up?
It's pretty cool. And I say this with all sincerity, since coming to AEW and, meeting Tony Khan for the first time, this is the greatest place I have ever worked in my 36, almost 37-year career. It is fun. I look forward to going to work. He's very open. His doors are open. You can talk to him. You can, pitch things to him. And it's just really special. And these kids today, man, they just don't know. They don't realize how good they have it. To be a locker room vet and somewhat of a leader. I don't really like to say that name because people make themselves leaders all the time and they're not. But I'm mentoring a bunch of the young kids, but not everybody wants it. A lot of them think they know everything, right? And they don't want to hear from an older wrestler or a vet. Look, I'm an old vet for a reason. I've survived a lot of things and been through so many eras, and we have so many talented kids here, man. I mean, that just a different array of everything from fast-paced matches to old school matches to death matches to just special comedy matches, special things, man. It's a great place to hang your hat, if I might say so, man. Because I love it here. I don't see myself going anywhere. It truly is a blessing, and I'm very grateful to Tony Khan and AEW.
Well, and how cool is it now to be able to kind of wrestle? Now that more wrestlers are coming into AEW, you're kind of getting to wrestle some wrestlers that you wrestled in other promotions, and now getting to wrestle in AEW, ROH, or whatever it is. How cool is that, kind of having a full circle moment of maybe seeing a wrestler younger in their career and then getting to wrestle them later in their career as well?
That is very special, and it means a lot to me. I'm very passionate about our sport. I have always been. My dad, Dusty Rhodes, he instilled a lot of work ethic in me, and to have the proper attitude and to not ruffle a lot of feathers and listen. Back in the day, it was very different than it is now. I shut up and listened, and they all guided me to where I am today. They were my teachers. So I think it's important for vets like myself, or like Billy Gunn, or like Chris Jericho, Jeff Jarrett, to pass on their knowledge to the youngsters, right? Because they're the future, they're the now. And whatever I can do to help somebody along and, for them to reach their stardom or, world championship status, I will. I love to do it. And that's the payoff for me. Giving back is the payoff.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about real quickly about your dad, Dusty. There's been a ton of stories. We don't have enough time to get into all the Dusty Rhodes stories here, but what was it like growing up being Dusty's kid, as as a lot of them have been called? What was it like being Dusty's kid and growing up in that world?
Well, when you're young, and he is my hero, right? But when you're young, he's really just larger than life. You don't really realize what he does until you get a little bit older and how much he sacrificed. And my mom and him, they had a divorce when I was about five years old, so I was not in his life as much as I would have liked to be. I would visit him in the summers and Christmas and holidays and things like that, but just he was larger than life superstar for me. And walking into his bedroom and seeing the NWA World Heavyweight title laying there in his closet, or his bull rope. I mean, those are special moments for me, right? And you look back on them now, they're even more special because I was gifted such a wonderful wrestling family, and being into this family and just trying to hold up this legacy and continue on with me and my brother. And I think we're doing a really, really good job. But he's still larger than life. We miss him. I wish he was here with us to enjoy both of our successes, Cody and mine. So but he's not.
Well,
But
and
he's
but
still
what
with.
Yeah, and absolutely. And you and Cody both still have his move sets in the ring and do like the bionic elbow that Cody does. And there's a lot of things that are still it's still dusty in that ring. And I think that's awesome that y'all are keeping that alive. Now, we did a little research here in the studio.
Yeah.
So I want you to go back to 1996. All right, Dustin, 1996 at the Oil Palace here in Tyler. It was you, Dustin Rhodes, versus Sean Waltman and or you and I'm sorry, you and Sean Waltman versus Jake the Snake and Savio Vega. Now, do you remember anything about that?
No, to be honest with you, but I'm sure match because those guys are tremendous athletes, and to work with Jake the Snake is a legend in his own mind. X Pac, Sean Waltman, just it's crazy, man. I'm glad you did that little research there because I couldn't tell you who I faced back then, but it was special times in '96 and '95.
Well, now I'm going to assume, being a Texas guy, that you're a Dallas Cowboys fan. Is that correct?
I am, and every year they break my heart. But it's you still. I'm still a diehard Cowboys fan.
Well, what's the issue this year, Dustin? What's going on with the Cowboys? What's happening?
Well, it's from my perspective. I think Jerry Jones needs to get out of the kitchen. I
Yep.
think he needs to let Mike McCarthy have some full reins about his coaching and the way he wants to do things. I think he's a great coach. I don't know if he's going to be here after this season. Who knows? But I think we have a talented roster and they can get the job done. I don't think Jerry Jones wants to win a Super Bowl. I don't think he's passionate about that. He has America's team here, and it is the greatest franchise ever in the NFL. I don't know what it is, but something needs to change because it keeps breaking my heart every single year. We get there in the playoffs and we lose, and I'm just like,
Hey, I
now
understand.
we're not even going to make the playoffs this year. It's just it's nuts.
No, it's a tough year to be a Cowboys fan. But one more time, we're here for y'all in Arlington, Globe Life Field, Saturday, July 12th, 2025. I will be there, Dustin. I haven't got my tickets yet. I know the tickets haven't gone on sale just yet, but I'm gonna get me a ticket and I'm gonna be there. So what is if there's I know it's still months away and you're still planning things, but is there some big surprise I can be expecting? Because Tony Khan is Mr. Pay Per View, so I know this pay per view is gonna be phenomenal. But is there a big surprise I
Well,
can be
if you
expecting?
watch every pay per view we blow it out of the water, and this will be no exception. I expect fireworks and chaos. Tickets do go on sale tonight, though, at Texas Live, right across from Globe Life Field. Man, I'm fixing to head over there about 5 o'clock. Looking forward to meeting all the fans there, and hopefully we get some good on sale pre-sale tickets.
Absolutely. Well, Dustin, the natural Dustin Rhodes joining us on East Texas Now. Dustin, thank you so much for taking the time, and we look forward to talking to you down the road.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you for having me, man.
All right, yes, sir. Dustin Rhodes.